Hi, hello people. This is my first video ever in YouTube in English, and especially for the YouTube followers. I don't have too many followers, probably maybe none. I'm new in this channel. It's my first time I have a channel in YouTube, and the reason why I did this channel was to promote my book, Cottie the Grumpy Rooster. It's a children's book. It's in English and Spanish, so I'm bilingual. I usually do my videos in Spanish and Facebook, and I do it in English for Instagram. So I did a series of videos, like 4 videos, telling my friends why and how I came the idea of to write about Cottie. Cottie was a rooster that we have in my house when I was, a child. It was like a childhood pet that we used to have. He was crazy. He used to do a lot of crazy things, and I used to tell the story of the rooster to my friends, and they used to laugh. But I never thought about it writing about Cottie. Okay, the story came about, and one day when my daughter was about 9, 10 years old, I took her to a Barnes and Noble, and we used to go there, hang out on Sundays. So I took her to Barnes and Noble, and when we were going to the children's department, which was downstairs in that specific store, I had what I call a deja vu. Maybe it has another name, I don't know. But my mind blanked out. I cannot explain with words what I felt. And when I came back to my sense, I knew I was going to write a book. It was something strange that never happened to me in the past, and never happened to me after that either. That was the only one time that feeling happened to me. And when that happened, when I woke up from whatever happened to me, I told my daughters, oh my God, I'm going to write a book. And also, I'm going to be in this show. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to put... I don't want to say that until it happened. Like, I never told anybody about that moment until now that the book is written and is in the way to be published in December. So I left the store with that feeling like, what the hell, am I crazy or what? Like, I really thought I was crazy. And that was in the year 2000. I never thought, well, I always thought about it, but I never told anybody because people are going to think you're crazy. How is that going to happen? I mean, I'm not a writer. I never thought about writing a book. What I was going to write a book about. I'm not an expert. I don't consider myself expert on in any subject for me to write a book. But anyway, time passed, and I went to work in a new location in the same job that I had. And for some reason, I thought that time was going to be something different. So this man went to, I work in a bank. This person went to the bank, and I started taking care of him. And I don't know for how or for what reason we started talking about pets. So I told him my story about the rooster, and he was laughing. He said, but Liz, why don't you take all those stories and put into a children's book? And I said, oh my God, I never thought about it. I never really thought about it. Maybe I want to think about it. So I came home and I told my kids, listen, this guy went to the bank, and I told them what happened. And they say, yeah, mommy, that's a good idea. I'm still not thinking that deja vu day that that told me that I was going to write a book. It wasn't in my mind. 20 years passed. That happened, I think, in the year 2000. And here we are in 2000. It was that time when the man went to visit me in the bank. Was in 2018 probably. So I said, I don't know. It was in my mind to write the book about the rooster, but 3 more years passed, and I still didn't write the book. I'm a big procrastinator. So I didn't know how to start writing the book. That man, for me, is an angel. He was an angel. Because I never saw the man again. I don't remember seeing him before. And he knew my name. He called me by my name. And And I really think that this was a way that God sent me that man for me to write a subject, to write the book that I believe was God told me back in the year 2000. Because remember I told you I don't know how to write about anything. I'm not an expert in anything. So God, I think, gave me the premonition that something was going to happen. Then he gave me the idea of what I could write about. And now I am here. Yeah, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. You know how it is. Like, you always put in something for later, for later, for later. So that man went to the bank in 2018. Then 2019, 20. And I decided to write the book. But, every day, tomorrow, Monday, I wanted to be ready, like, in my mind. One time, like in 2019, I sat down one day, nothing came out, so I didn't write anything. So one day I have a good friend that called me and said, Liz, I have something for you. Come here and get it. So when I went downstairs, she had me a book. I said, wow, a book, nice. So I never heard of that author, or I never heard about him. But he was pretty famous here in the United States, but I never heard of him. She said, oh, you don't know him? I said, no. It was David Goggins. I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about him, but, I'm just making reference to his book. So in that book, the name of the book is Can't Hurt Me. So when I read that book, I tell you, that was the thing that was a little push that I needed to start writing the book. Because in that book, he talked about things that happened in his life, but mostly he talks about procrastination, which was my problem then. And I tell you the truth that I didn't even finish the book, his book, when I started writing mine. And everything after that day, it came like one door open, it was crazy. So now I know how I was going to write that book. This video is a little long, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it that way. So in the next video, I'm gonna tell you how, after I thought I wrote the book, I found my editor and my illustrator, because all these things happen for me, in a divine way. I don't think this book came from me. I don't think this book, I wrote it with my sixth sense. I don't even know how to explain it, because everything came so easy in a different divine way for me. So in the next video, I'm gonna tell you how I found my illustrator and my editor. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.